Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. Dr. Anthony Fauci, you guys remember him, he received $15 million in taxpayer-funded private security, according to a recent report. President Trump announced his plans for the Department of Education. FBI Director Christopher Wray is preparing for a possible forced exit under Trump. Don't know why he would be thinking that he might be booted. And a Catholic woman fired for refusing the COVID vaccine wins over $12 million in a Michigan court. Turns out Fauci's retirement gift from the government wasn't a gold watch. It was $15 million in taxpayer-funded security, which was still ongoing up until about a month ago. Dr. Anthony Fauci, now a private citizen, received $15 million in taxpayer-funded security through a deal between the U.S. Marshal Service and the Department of Health and Human Services. The arrangement provided Fauci with a chauffeur and security detail, an unprecedented measure for a retired federal employee, which cost taxpayers over $700,000 a month. Wow, I didn't know you could go from government worker to Batman villain that fast. So, at the same time that Trump was almost killed in Pennsylvania, they were blowing $700,000 per month on Fauci's security. I mean, that makes sense. Fauci violated the civil rights of 300 million Americans, so he really earned it. Meanwhile, RFK Jr. got rejected for protection more times than Fauci had booster shots. So we funded Fauci's $15 million security detail. Yeah, nothing says, I followed the science, like asking for a platoon of bodyguards on your way out. President Trump plans to put the Department of Education out of its misery.
And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states. We want them to run the education of our children because they'll do a much better job of it. You can't do worse.
Trump claims that you can't do worse than the Department of Education. But let's remember, this is the same government that brought us the TSA, so challenge accepted. Trump was wrong. You can do worse, which is what the Department of Education was really working on. Right now, about 70% of kids can't read at grade level, and if we just give them another $80 billion, we can make that 100%. And we're really ignoring the accomplishments of the Department of Education. Okay, so our kids can't do basic math, but they can tell you 18 different ways to be offended by it. You have to ask yourself this question. Who knows what's best for your children? You or federal bureaucrats in D.C. who hate children? FBI Director Christopher Wray is reportedly preparing for the possibility of a forced exit when Donald Trump is inaugurated. President Trump has frequently criticized Wray in the past, and back in July, he demanded Wray's resignation after he testified before Congress that Trump's ear injury from the attempt on his life might not have come from a bullet. I'm guessing most of Wray's preparation for leaving involves deleting emails and using a hammer on hard drives like they slept with his boyfriend. Without Wray at the FBI, what if parents start attending school board meetings? What if someone prays in public? And Catholics going to church without an undercover FBI agent in the choir to keep an eye on them? If Wray leaves, who's going to make sure the FBI continues to spy on innocent Americans while pretending to protect them? It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. A Catholic woman just won over $12 million in court after she was fired for refusing the COVID vaccine. She was fired from her insurance company after 38 years as an IT specialist. The insurance company, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, implemented a COVID vaccine policy in 2021, which mandated that all employees be fully vaccinated or obtain a religious or medical accommodation. She submitted a statement to the company explaining her religious beliefs and asking for an accommodation, but the company denied her request and threatened to fire her if she didn't get the vaccine. She refused and was fired. Did I mention that she also worked from home? Yeah, she worked remotely from home. Her company was so committed to their vaccine policy, they didn't care that she worked from home. I guess they were worried that she might infect someone with COVID by sending emails to them. So they said that they would allow religious exemptions until someone actually asked for one. It's like when someone says, I won't be mad, just tell me the truth. Spoiler alert, they will be mad. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.